The enigmatic story of the sons of God and the daughters of men in Genesis chapter 6 continues to captivate and mystify readers thousands of years later. While the Bible offers us a glimpse into this extraordinary tale, it leaves many questions unanswered, inviting us to explore various interpretations and consider the deeper meanings woven into this narrative. So let's start at the beginning and uncover the secrets held within this ancient text. At first glance, the passage in Genesis chapter 6 presents us with a puzzling scenario. The text states that in the days before the flood, the sons of God came to earth and had children with human women. This interaction resulted in the birth of giants known as Nephilim, who roamed the earth during that time. The mention of the sons of God immediately raises questions about their identity. Who were these beings who chose to consort with human women, and what was the nature of their union with mortals? The ambiguity surrounding their origins and characteristics has sparked extensive debate and speculation among scholars and theologians throughout history. One prevailing theory suggests that the sons of God were divine beings, possibly angels or heavenly spirits. This interpretation finds support in the belief that the Bible frequently refers to angels as sons of God, as seen in passages such as Job 1:6 and 38:7. If we accept this angelic perspective, the narrative takes on a fascinating twist, implying a forbidden love affair between celestial beings and humans. Such a notion aligns with other accounts in religious texts that describe the interaction between heavenly beings and earthly humans, such as the story of the fallen angel Azazel, as recounted in the apocryphal Book of Enoch. This interpretation invites us to contemplate the complexities of divine-human relations and the potential consequences of such unions. However, another compelling interpretation proposes that the sons of God were not divine beings, but rather human beings, specifically the descendants of Seth, the son of Adam and Eve. This viewpoint finds textual support in Genesis 4, where Seth is designated as the offspring of the righteous line. By contrast, Genesis 6 refers to the descendants of Cain, the son of Adam and Eve, as wicked. In this interpretation, the sons of God represent a group of righteous individuals who chose to isolate themselves from their wicked counterparts, perhaps forming an elite community committed to maintaining a connection with the divine. The interaction between the sons of God and the daughters of men might then signify a tragic lapse in judgment, a departure from their righteous path that resulted in the birth of the Nephilim. This human interpretation invites us to reflect on the universal struggle between good and evil and the potential for even the most devout to stray. The identity of the daughters of men adds another layer of intrigue to the narrative. While the Bible doesn't provide explicit details about them, they are portrayed as mortal women who interacted with the sons of God, whether they were divine beings or righteous humans. These women played a pivotal role in the Genesis account, and their choices had profound consequences. The daughters of men represent humanity in general, living in a world where the lines between good and evil are often blurred. Their interactions with the sons of God symbolize the potential for connection and cooperation between heavenly and earthly realms. However, the outcome of these unions, the birth of the Nephilim, introduces an element of corruption and violence into the narrative. The Nephilim are described as giants who terrorized the earth during their time, contributing to the widespread wickedness that ultimately led to the Great Flood. Their presence serves as a reminder of the destructive potential that can arise when divine or transcendent powers align with earthly desires. The story invites us to contemplate the delicate balance between heavenly and earthly realms and the perils of disrupting that equilibrium. The account in Genesis 6, along with the story of the Nephilim, raises profound questions about the nature of good and evil, the boundaries between divine and human, and the consequences of transgressing these boundaries. It challenges us to examine our own choices and the impact they can have on the world around us. As we delve deeper into the story, it's important to acknowledge that the Bible doesn't offer clear-cut answers or explicit explanations. Instead, it leaves room for interpretation and encourages readers to grapple with these profound questions. The ambiguity of the text invites us to consider various perspectives and engage in thoughtful discourse and debate. Over the centuries, different religious traditions and theological interpretations have offered diverse perspectives on the story. Early Jewish and Christian traditions often viewed the sons of God as divine beings, such as angels or heavenly spirits, while later interpretations tended to lean towards more human or symbolic understandings. Some scholars and theologians see the passage as a cautionary tale, a warning about the dangers of divine-human interaction and the potential consequences of such unions. Others interpret the narrative as a reflection of the human condition, exploring the complexities of good and evil, heaven and earth, and the struggle between righteousness and corruption. One significant interpretation proposes that the sons of God represent a group of righteous individuals who chose to separate themselves from the rest of humanity due to widespread wickedness. Their interaction with the daughters of men symbolizes a moment of weakness or lapse in judgment, leading to the birth of the Nephilim. This interpretation highlights the universality of temptation and the potential for even the most devout to stray. Another perspective views the story as an allegory, using symbolic language to convey deeper theological truths. In this interpretation, the sons of God represent spiritual leaders, or those entrusted with a divine mission, while the daughters of men symbolize the allure and challenges of earthly life. The birth of the Nephilim might be seen as a metaphor for the consequences of neglecting one's spiritual responsibilities and succumbing to earthly desires. Exploring these various interpretations reveals the richness and complexity of the Genesis account and invites us to consider multiple perspectives when engaging with this enigmatic passage. Different religious traditions and theological viewpoints have offered diverse interpretations of the story over the centuries. In the Judeo-Christian tradition, some early thinkers saw the sons of God as fallen angels who rebelled against the divine order and engaged in illicit relationships with human women. This interpretation, found in writings like the Book of Enoch, portrays the Nephilim as the offspring of these forbidden unions, bringing evil and corruption into the world. Later, Jewish and Christian theologians often viewed the sons of God as human beings, specifically the descendants of Seth, who chose to separate themselves from the rest of humanity due to widespread wickedness. This interpretation presents the story as a cautionary tale, illustrating the consequences of divine-human interaction and the dangers of forsaking righteous paths. Some scholars and theologians interpret the sons of God as representing powerful earthly rulers or elites who formed alliances or marriages with neighboring kingdoms or nations. In this view, the daughters of men symbolize the strategic importance of diplomacy and the pursuit of political alliances in maintaining power and influence. The birth of the Nephilim might be seen as a metaphor for the creation of new ruling dynasties or the emergence of hybrid cultural identities through intermarriage. Another perspective views the sons of God as divine emanations or angelic messengers sent to guide and protect humanity during a time of great wickedness. In this interpretation, the story emphasizes the divine response to human corruption and the efforts to preserve the remnants of goodness and righteousness in the world. The interaction with the daughters of men could symbolize the limitations of divine guidance and the challenges of communicating with humans who have strayed from the righteous path. These diverse interpretations reveal the richness and complexity of the Genesis account and invite us to consider multiple perspectives when engaging with this enigmatic passage. It's essential to recognize that the Bible doesn't provide explicit answers or detailed explanations, allowing for different readings and encouraging ongoing dialogue and exploration of these timeless themes. As we conclude our journey into the enigmatic tale of the sons of God and the daughters of men, let's consider the broader implications of this captivating story. The themes it explores, such as divine interaction, human corruption, and the nature of good and evil, continue to resonate deeply with audiences today. The story invites us to confront profound questions about the boundaries between heaven and earth, the consequences of transgressing divine laws, and the struggle between righteousness and temptation. It challenges us to examine our own choices and the impact we have on the world around us. Moreover, the enduring fascination with the Nephilim and the idea of giants roaming the earth speaks to our innate curiosity about the unknown and the mysteries of the past. The biblical account, along with archaeological discoveries and folklore from various cultures, fuels our desire to uncover the truth behind these legendary creatures and their place in human history. Whether viewed as a cautionary tale, an exploration of human nature, or a glimpse into a world of divine-human interaction, the story of the sons of God and the daughters of men continues to captivate and inspire wonder. Its themes, characters, and enigmatic elements have left an indelible mark on literature, art, and popular culture, demonstrating the story's enduring power and relevance. So what do you think? Does the idea of celestial beings descending to Earth and interacting with humans both intrigue and mystify you? How do you interpret the interactions between the sons of God and the daughters of men, and what do you think about the birth of the Nephilim? Feel free to share your thoughts, insights, or any additional information you find valuable. We can learn so much from each other's perspectives and insights. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. Your support means a lot to me. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the enigmatic tale of the sons of God and the daughters of men. Until next time, stay curious, keep asking questions, and never stop seeking the truth.